It's Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president, ONYXCON Foundation, 501c3, nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle edutainment-based organization. We here to share the art life from many perspectives, many dimensions, many dimensions. We interdimensional beings, you understand? We are multifaceted, multi-niche. That's why we multi-niche. We do more than one thing. We ain't got no one thing for you. We got plenty. I do mean plenty. If you're part of the monetization nation, as I call it, that means the people who don't hit that subscribe button, people who are loyal to the soil right here, to the digital soil. Yeah, you can hit the chat, but always come correct, because nothing else will be acknowledged. And if anything crazy gets said, oh, you good as gone. You are wiped out, period. We don't do time out, we do eliminations. You understand? Please understand that. Oh man. So hey, we out here. It's hot like it was yesterday. It might be, I think it's hotter. Yesterday was definitely warm with a nice breeze going that made it durable for my choice of yesterday. I had on this really cool hockey jersey that I love and I barely get to wear. And I said, man, I gotta break this thing out at least one more time this year before it gets sure enough hot. And I'm glad I did, because it might be the last time I wear it till, fall. Yeah, come fall, definitely winter, of course. Fall, winter, like end of October, November, December, yeah. For the rest of that part of the year, I can pull it out one more time. So it's funny about things like that. Like, I love jerseys and stuff, and I say I'm a collector of them, even though I don't have as many as I used to at one time. I used to have a lot more when I was younger. But you sell stuff, you give it away, you do. I mean, some of the stuff I can't remember where it went. Like, man, what did I do with that jersey? What did I do with this or that? I probably did give them away to Goodwill, stuff like that. Because I bought a lot of stuff at Goodwill myself. I love Goodwill. And I learned to be a thrift shopper, because I wasn't always. There was definitely a time in my life I was like, use somebody else's clothes? Oh, hell no, right? Till I got in the film biz some 13, 12 years ago. And then, you get on set and they getting you dressed for a role. They tell you to bring your own clothes most of the time when you're doing background stuff, right? But a lot of times, hell, even when you got speaking roles, I done met people who had speaking roles. They wearing their own clothes a lot of times, which they should pay you more for. But, some sets, some productions companies, they don't do that. Other ones do. It just depends on the budget. But anyway, that's when I got over that. I said, man, how many times have I been on these movie sets and I'm wearing these clothes that I might be wearing a suit that Denzel Washington wore? And that's kind of what got me in the mindset of it. Like, said to myself, you know what? Who else may have worn this at one time? Like, this is legendary, possibly, for all the other possibilities of folk who wore this before me or whatever and all that. So I got out of that and I got more into, I do believe that things hold energy. But if I don't get a funky vibe off of something as soon as I touch the fabric and say, wait a minute, nah, something about this ain't right. If it ain't like that, then yeah, I'm cool with it. So like yesterday, I put up a video from yesterday amongst many. If y'all ain't been checking the content, y'all really need to get up on your homework. I done gave you lots to read, so you need to get up on all of the videos, y'all. I went on the Beltline, ATL Beltline is the walkway that's like the main hype spot for a good walk through the city. And there's many parts of it, but the most popular part I was on yesterday. When I say it was crowded, it was lit, it was full of people, it was good energy, people everywhere, beautiful women everywhere. I was in heaven, you know what I'm saying? Cute doggies, pets and everything. Everybody started bringing out their animals. That's always people walking their animals and stuff, but it get real exotic when it's this kind of weather, when it's hot like it is. Like, as I was leaving, and I didn't even get that on camera. I wanted it on camera so bad, but the dude was walking too fast. And I said, man, do I feel like going back and trying to slow him down to see this, but this cat had, I always say every year when it get hot, there's the snake man or snake woman. Somebody got to come out with their pythons and whatever. And this dude had 2 pythons. One, I've never seen a pattern like that on a python. It was beautiful. I mean, I've always said when it comes to snakes, I'm more fascinated with their appearance than the actual thing itself, because you know I respect the danger even when it's non-poisonous. Like I done seen them videos of the pet python that bite its own owner because it just one day where it was a moody and they got tired of being handled and be like, fuck it, today, ha, you know. Damn, I thought this was your baby. I thought, you know, it would never bite you. And it, man, please, it got teeth, right? That's what I say about all animals. You just got to feel them out. It's all energy. But these look pretty chill. Not that that means anything, because snake go from 0 to 1,000 in seconds. But man, when I say they were big, it wasn't the biggest. I done seen, like I remember at the Caribbean Carnival last year, I saw a dude walk with one of them white and yellow, like it's like that certain, it's a mixed color or pattern where they'll have like white and then the yellow pattern. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I mean, he was pretty tall dude. He's probably about my height, like 6 foot at least, you know. And that snake went all the way to the ground, all the way around his back, all around his neck, and then the head was somewhere on his arm. I was like, God dang! Like it was about a 10 foot, 12 foot snake easily. And of course that, you know, gets all the attention, which is why they do it. They bring them out because they know all the girls, oh, can I touch it? I'm kind of scared, but I want to touch it. Yeah, and be all these fine women around you trying to touch that. You know why they do it, you know. But this cat had like 2 and maybe even 3, because I saw one smaller one, but the pattern on the biggest one, the small one, I hadn't seen a pattern like that before. I ain't gonna say it was common. It was definitely one of those bread colors, but the other one, man, the color was just crazy. I was like, yo, what is it? Wow, that's deep. I was like, man, I almost want to. Okay, I'm good. Let me take a little quick picture. All right, we out, yeah. But yo, what's up? 8 in the building. Probably done been 20 up in here since I started talking. 0 on the thumbs up. Can y'all hear me? I mean, what's really happening? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, put a thumbs up. Can we get some love up in here? What is really going on with the sourpuss weirdos that don't hit the love button? We need some subscribers, and we need some thumbs up. I always know when I got a subscriber because they're gonna hit the thumbs up button. Obviously, we ain't got no real ones up in here right now. We got a bunch of weirdos that like to just stare at you. Do y'all know how weird that is? Like, what's wrong? I'm talking about you because I want you to get up out here. If you ain't gonna hit the thumbs up, you may as well go, because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get annoyed. I'm gonna go on and continue working. There we go. Thank you. One saved the rest of y'all. Y'all better thank whoever that is. Let's see who is that. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you. You shouting out the sunglasses. They say they like them. Appreciate it. These are some classics for me, man. These are my favorite pair. I like shades. I get new ones. Like I just bought 2 new pair. But honestly, I probably ain't gonna wear them as much as I even wear these, because the thing I like about these, they don't distort the color. They give me just the right tint to block out the sun glaring in your eyes when you're driving, but they don't distort. I don't like shade. I don't mind. I don't care what the funky color is. I love iridescent colors and reflective colors and mirror shades, and I love all that. But I can't stand when a pair of shades, like, you know, I'm looking at a blue sky, but through the shades it looks purple. I'm like, no. Can't mess up the day like that. I need to see that real thing, what it really looked like. That's important to me. Let's see if I can get up in here without, no, don't you do it. Yep, we got it, okay. Ah, damn, these apartments with them freaking gates. All right. Here we go. Back up in it. Why am I breathing like this? Because I just did 3 flights of stairs twice. And instead of just walking them, I ran them a little bit just to get the workout of it all. You know, I find workouts with the work I do. You know what I mean? I be figuring out the way to get that workout in during the day. Once I get home, y'all see me when if you're part of the channel, you're part of that monetization nation, you're a subscriber. You know what I'm talking about. You know, when I go live, I be cooking and I be working out at the same time. I be doing my weights, doing my push-ups, all that good stuff. And that, between that and hiking and walking and just, you know, the kind of courier work I'm doing, You know, it keeps you right. It keeps you right. It damn sure keep you sweating. It's hot out there. I done already soaked this cap. And I'm not somebody who's quick to sweat, but that means it's hot. It's 85, and it don't even feel like 85. It feel like 90. It's amazing how this temperature done just flipped so hard. I knew it would at some point, but I honestly didn't think it was going to happen till next month. But this is what's happening when people keep trying to tell the ones that don't believe in it that global warming is real, because it's not that the earth don't still get cold. So some idiots hear warming and all they think is, why is it so cold when it's winter? That's not the point, imbeciles. It means that the world is trying to cool itself down. So yeah, it's extremities. The cold is colder and the hot is hotter, but the hot is more. There's more hot days than there are cool days. That's technically, in the easiest way I can put it for laymen, for those who just still have such a hard time to understand, that's what global warming is. That's why it's real. All you gotta do is look at patterns of weather throughout the last 10, 20 years, and you will see the temperatures get extreme in general, but especially more warmer days everywhere. And that's not good. That's not good. Not good at all. It seems good because we all love some hot weather. Well, most people like warmer weather. I can't say all. No, let me not do that. Some people hate warm weather. But, you know, for the rest of us, we love when the sun is out and you can, you know, do all that kind of thing. And I don't mind a little cool weather. I don't like it absolutely cold. But even if it is, I like the sun to be out. My thing is always the sun. It's a sunny day. It could be cold as I don't know weather, but the sun is out, it's a beautiful day. That works for me. I just need the sun out. And the sun charges me. I need that sun, baby. So I love it. And yesterday was, oh my gosh, amazing. So to give you a recap that you can watch, I went to, one of my homeboys had a birthday party. Not really a party, just a get together. That's all it was. Just like, you know, meet up at a restaurant, eat whatever you want. You got a little food just to start it off. You can order whatever else you want. People had their drinks, had their meals, whatever. Grown folks crowd. Everybody there was like mostly my age, you know what I'm saying? I even met some people I ain't seen in years, re-met some people I ain't seen since high school. This is one of my homeboys I've been knowing since elementary school, through high school, everything. Sherwin Brown, man, shout out. Happy birthday again, my brother. I put up a post for him here. You can see that, you know what I'm saying, from that yesterday. That was real good vibes. It's always a good time when you're out there with your fam. And, you know, everybody was there, man. I got to meet his older brother that I had never met. I knew his mom for many years. I used to teach at a senior center with, I would teach art, and she was one of my students. So we was catching up, and that was fun and very endearing, and just, you know, just all that good stuff, man. That real good energy, you know, that good, remind you got people out here that really know you and love you and rooting for you kind of vibe, you know? Always important to get that. And I get that anyway through my direct family, but it's so much love to get it from my extended family, you know? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. So that's how I started the day. And then I went down to the Beltline and walked that out. Did 2 lives, so you can see both of those lives here. And one of them should be finished loading now, so I can put a thumbnail on it. One I got a thumbnail on, the other one doesn't have a thumbnail. I'm gonna put a thumbnail so it's obvious what it is. Because without the thumbnail, y'all don't be knowing what it is. Y'all just think it's another one where I'm in the car chopping it up like this, which is cool too. I'm glad whenever y'all watch these, but I want y'all to recognize this is a special one, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to do a thumbnail for that. Go ahead and watch the first one. It's nice and long. I mean, you're gonna feel like you're there. All my walkthroughs I purposefully shoot them from the perspective of me walking, so that, like other people who do that, you know. But you really feel like it's you know what I mean? Like it's like playing a video game, you know. Like what do they call it? The third person perspective, I think. That's what it feels like, you know, when you're watching it. You feel like the third person perspective, like you're playing a video game. Like, we're gonna turn down here. Like one point I was laughing, I was looking at my own video, I was like, this is pretty cool, man. If I didn't know me and I was watching this would be dope. I would watch it. You know your content is good when you look at it and you say, this is interesting. Like, I found myself knowing what's about to happen, but I don't want to cut it off because I want to see it again. Like, I just like this feeling of not knowing what's around the corner, and then boom, you see this, you see that, you see, you know, there's some vendors out here. Oh, there's more vendors down this hallway. I go down this hallway, you don't know what's at the end of the hallway, and you get to the end of the hallway and it opens up. It's a room, and couple of cute ladies in here. It's like, oh snap! All right, and get my flirt on real quick, which I did, sort of, kind of, and you know, I'm gonna shrug the shoulder at them, at least let them know, do a little winky wink, let them know what's good, and then we'll follow up. You know, that's how I move, man. That's the way to move, because you can't never take a chance if you ain't taking a chance. You know, take note to that, fellas. All you young ones out there that don't know how to do it. It's as simple as that, man. You know, make a move when it's right in front of you. Don't be hesitant. You ain't gotta, and there's another thing, you don't have to go all out in the moment you meet somebody. That's what I've learned as I got older. You know, I used to be more like, well, let me get all your everything, let me learn everything about you, like the questions you would want to know later. Because I'm very upfront and forward about everything, but you learn to, you know, dial back a little bit. Well, I take it. I ain't never been always like that, but I was more like that, I'll say. But I learned to be even more just like, the world is too crazy, so people be already on edge thinking that everybody out to get them, especially the ladies out here. So, you know, when you're talking to them, trying to figure them out, and they trying to figure you out, give them the time. It's all good. Just if they laughed at something you said, if they liked your energy enough to trust you in their presence, and they're willing to give you any form of contact, you already heading the right direction. The rest of it, just follow up, and then it's on them. It's like a game of tennis, man. You know, you serve the ball, and you see if they're gonna knock it back over the net. It's simple and plain. Like, you know, it's like, okay, you know, you knock it, okay, and then okay, and you know, but it ain't even a match until you do that. So, you know, that's my note to the ladies out there. Y'all got to follow up. A lot of them be talking about they can't find nobody. And the greatest people in their life be right in front of them. They, you know, they thought you were attractive. They liked you. They liked your energy. You know, they don't know you. They liked your energy. They thought you were funny. You know, you made them smile. You made them laugh. Made them play with their hair, do something to let you know. You know, they may even gave you the little flirty, little cute tap, like, "Oh, you're so silly." You know, all of that. Yo, when you get the DM, don't be sleeping and don't be lazy. Like, oh, I don't even be looking at that. Well, it's time to sleep. You should be looking. Why? Why you not looking? You got to be looking, because stuff be right in front of you. Exactly what you need is right in front of you, and you are sleeping on the possibilities in this life, you know. But the one great thing about it, and you can take this or leave it, but I used to live by that whole, oh, you know, the one, looking for the one. There ain't no one, there's the ones, plural. The ones. And only the ones that are right for you gonna be right. So you can be very indecisive all you want, ladies. All you're doing is just making it easy for the next one of ones. See what I'm saying? Did y'all hear what I said? One of ones. The next one of ones will show up. You know, for everyone to sleep, the next one is in line for her opportunity. And if you're not asleep at the wheel of life, you're gonna mess around and have a good time, and a great time leads to a long time, and a long time can lead to a permanent time, which seems to be the obsession of most women and how they, you know, already think or were raised or whatever. You know, everybody's always, you know, not everybody, but I would, at this point in life, I'd say 90% of all women are obsessed with the idea of marriage, whether they understand what the hell it is or not. I, for one, experiences, the only ones that really know what it is are most ladies from other lands where the concept of marriage is still sacred. It's not just something to do to suck the money out of somebody and leave them, or, you know, get in an argument one weekend and be like, that's it, it's over with. You know, no. People who really understand what a lifetime is all about, and repairing and constantly massaging and rebuilding and reigniting the flame, and nothing. First of all, don't let the flame die, but if it does, reigniting the flame if it's possible. If it ain't, then you need to move on. I'm not somebody who's against divorce. I am divorced, so there is a reason for this. It does need to exist, but for those who are really about it, and understand what it really means to be married and to be in a commitment like that, it's truly a reserved thing that unfortunately is abused by many. It should not be so many. I'm a big advocate of thinking most people in the world that have been married should have never been married, and only an elite few were the only ones ever meant to be married. And I honestly feel that only through that type of commitment at its best that yields the best results when you're going to involve children too, because they need to see that man, that woman. They need to see that dad energy, that mom energy. And that's just my perspective on it. I know that steps on a whole lot of feet for a lot of folk who didn't come up like that, don't come up like that, don't feel you have to do it like that, whatever. It's okay. I did come up like that. So, of course, I'm going to stand on what I come from, right? Right. So that's what that is. But like I said, that's if the kids are involved. Otherwise than that, I think in dating and just getting to know people and having experiences, why get that legal system and pressure of finances combining and families combining? Why get all that involved? Leave that alone. Just leave it alone. Just deal with the stuff that makes sense. Whatever works, you know? You ain't got to pull everything together and pretend that everything gonna work. No, it doesn't. It don't work when there's people who are built for marriage. It don't always be like that, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's my relationship goals in the Art Life sermon for the day. But we'll continue on with more ONYXCON, because you know we do multi-niche. So let's get into the other things I saw yesterday. So the other thing was, after I went through, like I said, I saw a bunch of cute ladies, and that put me in the frame of what I was just talking about. But after that, I saw more cute ladies at an art show that I went to later on that evening. And that was a vibe. Oh man, it was what I knew it would be, actually, because this place is known for having big openings. They always have a really, really big, good turnout. Artists, whenever they have a one man, one woman show, group show. Well, all their shows technically are group shows, because even when there's a one person show like it was, that's one part of the gallery, and the rest of the gallery is still a group show. So it was a group show with a theme of spring, obviously, and they had partnered with the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. This is ABV. The gallery is a better view. Excuse me. A better view is what that means, ABV. And it's owned by Greg Mike, very famous, prominent, well-known graffiti painter, sculptor, real funny, whimsical character that everybody loves when he does his murals. Real colorful. It's kind of stuff your kids say, ooh, because it just looks like, toys on the wall, straight up. But, his stuff is fun. It's definitely harkening back to the golden ages of animation, and mix that with everything in hip-hop cultures in general, especially from graffiti and urban aerosol art and all that, and then you see all of that in his work. So I did a big coverage of that. You can see it in the shorts and in long video. The full long video will make you feel like you went to the art show, so make sure y'all watch that. It's out right now. It's right here. No excuses. It's like what I keep telling y'all, if you don't hit that subscribe button, man, y'all are missing so much. And if you don't understand by now it's multi-niche, then you don't know how to look at, as I say, the guide button, which is the playlist. All you gotta do is look at the playlist. That's like the guide button on your TV when you turn to the ONYXCON channel. It's like there's a guide within the channel to let you know what all the content you might want to see is, and you're gonna see a plethora of stuff, all types of stuff. You're gonna see music playlists, you're gonna see film reviews, music reviews, you're gonna see mixes, okay, with music again, because I love me some music. You're gonna see travel, okay, travel vlogs, because I've done them and I plan to do more. It's just all about the budget with that part, because I always say that's one of the biggest parts of this channel. Once we get our finances right, we're gonna be going. You best believe it. And I mean domestic and international. Like, I often have shared the dream, and I'll share it again, because I know somebody gonna get just as excited as I do to hear it and think of a channel like that and say, man, that's gonna be cool. Especially if you're already a subscriber and maybe you just haven't, you've dabbled in some of the other content that I do, like style, you know what I'm saying, whether it's environment, I'm talking about, your house or business, the way it's laid out, the interior design, the architecture, that's one part of style. But the main part, when I say style, I will say most of what we cover, but I don't want y'all to ignore the architecture and the interior, because all that goes with it, okay? You know what I'm saying? The way you set up your space and all that, that's all part of what I mean by ONYXCON style. Trust me, we show you that too. Like I say, it's funny about all these categories. They coexist with every single piece of content. I don't even, subconsciously, I know it, but I wonder if y'all know it. Because when I present it, like as I'm saying it, I'm thinking about the art show. ABV is ONYXCON style. Straight up. The architect, they converted an old church into an art gallery. It's insane. It's absolutely phenomenal the way they did that and the way it looks on the inside and outside, it's just an ultra cool space. It's an artist's dream come true for a lot of us that have always wanted to have something like that, or just be in an environment where that's something like that is possible. Because like I grew up, going through college, my biggest dream was to have a loft. And mainly because of it was many things, but it was many movies, many shows and stuff that did show people living in really cool arts district lofts, typically in New York or other northern towns. But that started to become a trend in Atlanta too. A lot of people started, gutting out old warehouses and making them living spaces for lofts and stuff. And the trend in Atlanta was like, they call it a loft even when technically it wasn't a loft, because a real loft is like, you walk in, you got an upstairs, downstairs. Like, I don't know if you play Cyberpunk 2077, but one of the apartments for V that's in the Glen, okay, the Latino neighborhood, when you come up to your floor, you're on an elevator. It's like old industrial style elevator. The elevator door is open. You walk into the apartment, it's open room, it's high ceiling, you gotta have the ceiling. You ain't got the ceilings, don't even call it a loft. Sorry, I don't even want to hear it. That's the first step. Gotta have the ceilings. All right. And 10 ain't enough. We need 20, goddamn. 15 to 20 foot ceilings. 12 at the minimum, okay? Right? And then it had an upstairs too. So you went up some stairs and it's got like the bedroom area and the bathroom and stuff. But that's a true loft. Like that's a real loft. That upstairs part is the loft. So, but then people just started using the word, interchangeably with the industrial space that was turned into a living area. Like, so if it was an old warehouse, even if it didn't even have that high ceilings and stuff, which I hate that when they got the nerve to call them lofts. You walk in and this shit got like 9-foot ceiling. Like, that ain't no damn loft. Like, the hell is this? It's just a big apartment. That's it. If it's big, some of them ain't even big. The damn thing need to have some space about it. You call it a loft. So anyway, that was a big fantasy for me. I always wanted to live in one, and it didn't come true. But life is still living. Hey, I'm still here, and there's a whole lot of things can happen. You never know. One day might have a loft and a mansion and this kind of house, that kind of house, beach house, getaway, 10 beach houses. Who knows, man? Life is about living. I keep telling y'all, I'm here to show you how to do it. Because I already got the concepts, and I already know what it should look like and everything should be when you got, I got the pieces of the puzzle. I just need a table to put them on. And I've even been building my table. Every one of y'all subscriptions, every one of y'all likes, if you don't get out the street, goofy ass squirrel, man, oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see. 760. Is that it? Damn, I think I just passed it. Hold up. Wait. Nope, that's not it. Don't hesitate. Get it right. Yeah. Flipping the Outcast lyrics. Hey, I gotta make it work for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't smoke the Mary Jane, you know what I mean? That's your thing, do your thing. I stay in my lane. That's why I say we don't do it for the culture, because they ain't one. But I love Outkast. I'm from Atlanta. I'm the same age as both them brothers. I grew up in their time, know about them, met both of them technically. Never technically really met Big Boy, seen him, I'll say that. But I met Dre, shook his hand, everything. Talked to him for a minute. Good people, man. Real dude, the legend, Andre 3000. And this back, man, wow, that was, whew. When I met him, that was back in the crochet pants era. I think he was still with Badu. Yeah. Add that up on your calendar. All y'all want to talk about some real stuff, some real Atlanta stuff, some real history. Oh, we live it, man. We ain't just talking, we lived it. We living it, we making it, we live it. And that's the beauty of this channel, man. ONYXCON, in a way, is it's an entity. That word is it. It's just an entity. We are an entity. But we also, in being an entity, one part of that is we document history. You know, and what I was just saying about the elements, how they come together, when I went in ABV the other night, the space itself, that's ONYXCON style. The people in the place are ONYXCON style for sure, because everybody was dressed to impress. I know I was fly as a mother, you know. I had on one of my favorite hockey jerseys and pants to match. And, I mean, my jeans was popping. I got these one pair of jeans. They my baggiest joints, just harking back to the 90s, but they still fit just like that, right? And these some new joints, but I'm saying, like, they them real jeans, them heavy, thick jeans from back in the day. They built like that. Shout out to Lee Products, man. I don't shout out a lot of brands unless they do well by me, because ain't nobody paying my bills. You know, if they was on that, I'd be like, Lee, I'm just yelling it. But they're in the Lee, they're like I think they call them Rough something. They got an R on the logo with the Lee or Wrangler, because all that's Lee. But these joints, oh my gosh, they're so comfortable, and I love them jeans, man. They remind me of jeans I used to have back in the day, like them thick, real jeans, but they done brought them. Lee's the one. I will say that. I've shouted them out before, and this gonna seem like it's, you know, ad. It ain't. If it were, trust me, I'd be happy to say, oh, we got a sponsor. I just like quality, and it's so hard to find good quality. So anyway, that's that little shout out right quick. But everybody else was dressed to impress. I'm catching the honeys left and right. That was fly as hell. I mean, some of them women, man. You ever seen a woman? Like, I'm not one of them dudes who's like, I don't have a foot fetish, but I do love a lady with pretty toes. When your shit is just, your foot is clean, it's lotioned up, your pedicure is immaculate, girl, I'm staring. I'm like, damn, she got some nice, from head to toe, when you pretty in the face, and I drop down there, and it's like, god damn, the true definition of pretty from head to toe. I love that, right? There was this one woman working with, man, her shoe game was so hard. I almost went up to her. I keep a line in the back of my pocket when I'm in a gallery. It's easy work. I just say, look, you know, I done seen all the other art in here. You the only other piece of art I haven't covered. Can I get a top to bottom of you, darling? And you know she would have hit a spin. So happy to have somebody talk about her shoes. I was trying a brief intermission. Like I said, brief intermission right then. I had to get an order, you know what I'm saying? I was looking for one, trying to get one to work with me and what I'm doing out here today and what I will and will not do. Let me tell y'all, this one going out to all my couriers. Anybody who does this kind of work, you know what I'm saying? And you do the shopping orders and you do delivery sometimes, you know what I mean? Or both or whatever. Here's this song, is just for y'all. Tell me if you can feel this. Hit the comments, hit the love button. Well, you can't hit the comments unless you're a subscriber, but you know, I don't want to shop no more. I don't want to shop no more. No more. I said, I don't want to shop no more. I don't want to shop no more. If I can't pick it up and I'm interested in it, I said, I don't want to shop no more. No more. Not I want to shop no more. No more. No. Sick and tired of that shit, man. Just did a shopping order. I'm like, that's fine and good for one little walk through the store, dipping and dodging people with the baskets, some going slow, some going fast, almost about to run. It's like driving. You're almost about to run into people. Every time you come out of the aisle, here comes somebody. Oh, damn, you got to hit your brakes with your feet, then get back to moving, trying to move fast. People looking at you weird, like, why you moving so fast? Because they moving slow and they life slow, so they want everybody to move at their pace. Guess what? I'm doing an order, dummy. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Get out my way. Move, you know. You can feel that little weird energy when you pull up at a point in the aisle, they standing in front of right what you need to open, like to get something out the freezer, and they right there, and you looking like, I'm not gonna say nothing, just gonna wait. But they got that little funny look like, oh, I'm in your way, and it's like, it's okay, take your time. And they realize, oh, okay, let me get out the way. Yeah, move your, you know. Oh gosh, have mercy. So yeah, you know, it's, I get tired of shopping, man. Shopping be getting on my damn nerves. I just wanna pull up, wait, chop it up with y'all while I'm waiting, get that order and go, man. Knowing it's gonna take whatever amount of time, drop to however many houses and be done. Get back home. If I wanna go live again with y'all, go live, you know what I'm saying? Cook up something good, relax, play my game before I go to bed, you know? That's the kind of vibe it is, man. That's what we doing. That's how we moving. That's how we keeping it rolling like it's supposed to roll. Not this other stuff. Like, they tried to give me this order. This one was like, all right, so this was not a shopping order. It was a pickup. But here's the thing. Anybody who does this know, you know, you don't want to, you learn anyway. You don't know it when you first start. You can get messed up. But when they know you, you know, they figure us out. They like, yeah, they desperate. They need that money. They'll take it. And you'll do these things that you know don't make no sense, you know. Things like VHO, you know, I done whole videos about them, so it ain't no thing to say the name. I'm just being funny. But nah, like with VHO, the reason I stopped doing them as much, because, man, when I tell you, you really look at the math of it, you like, this math ain't mathing, man. Yeah, I got a route. Yeah, I know where I'm gonna be. Yeah, once you get in the area, every house is usually 1 to 3 minutes apart. But you're literally doing the equivalent of a UPS driver for a quarter of the money that they get every day. You're doing the same amount of work in your own car. That's the part. It'd be different if, you know what I'm saying, your car was their company vehicle and, you know, you bringing it back to the hub and you get in your car and go home, but your car been sitting there all day versus your car is out here getting the wear and tear. It's your vehicle that's going through all of the bumps and bruises of these freaking various driveways. People with the broke up concrete, people with no concrete, dirt and mud and gravel, and some folk got driveways, but even still they got gates, and you got to figure out how to get in the gate, and you got to do all this other. And then when you get in the gate, you got to. I mean, it's so freaking much. The codes don't be right, the numbers don't be right, the buildings don't be in order. It's like, why is A next to H and H is next to S and T and them are next to B and is that damn, that's J, and all that old bull, you know what I'm saying? It is a absolute mess out there, y'all. And to go through all of what we go through, you need more money. So what I've learned about doing this, to do it and make it make sense, because it's still nothing about it will ever completely make sense. That's just to be honest with you. You always are worth way more than you're getting, all right, for what you're putting in and how you have to put it in to get it. But my golden rule is $25 to $30 an hour is what I'm looking for. So if they throw an order that's like 30 and some change, and it's like an hour and 20, I'm like, how far am I away from home? Because if you got me way the hell, if it takes me 20 minutes to get to the place to pick it up, oh hell no. Versus 5 to 10 minutes for pickup, and I'm on the road. And even though it said an hour and 35, it's really gonna take me about an hour and 15 because I know the area or areas, and it's not taking me too far outside of my normal frequent zones. Versus you get in an area you've never been before, oh, that clock you may as well add 5 to 20 minutes to even 30 to your whatever the route is, because you don't know the area, and there's gonna be stuff that happens. There's gonna be people stuff going on. There's gonna be weird driving. Like, wait a minute, man, what is this going? Did they just do what they just did? I know that's not legal. You know, stuff like that happening around you, and it throws you off. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, y'all. Yeah, there we go. I'm just looking back through old messages from earlier. Y'all gonna learn the hard way, man. For those who be saying that stupid stuff that I tell y'all every time, please stop saying goofy stuff when because you gotta be a subscriber to even say anything. So what, you subscribe just so you could goof off? Like, man, I block people. I don't play, I delete completely. I don't just, allow that energy. No, I cut it down real quick and hard. Real quick and hard. Seriously. It's not acceptable. Not at all. Yes, cutie, I'm looking at you. Yes. Wow. Okay. Trying to stay focused here, you know what I mean? A little bit of distractions, and I like them. Oh, my. My. Your outfit sure is tight. And below. Something happened with the signal. I cut off my concert. I was up in here jamming. You sure look good tonight. We back. But anyway, y'all. was telling you about how all the content just comes together in so many ways. This concept of multi niche, everything ties together. I just hope y'all can see the visions because it's always there. I just be wondering if y'all really see it. Like when I talk about ONYXCON style being more than just how you dress, it's the vibe. I say the word vibe a lot. I mean, I come from the '90s. That was our word, one of our many words. But I always loved that word vibe. There used to be a magazine called Vibe. If you never heard of it, hell, there was even a show, Vibe, that I think was the variety show was by Vibe magazine. I think it was put out by Vibe. But anyway, it's all about the vibe, man. And people still saying vibe and vibes, and it's going to remain a thing because it really does speak to the environment, the essence of a thing, the energy, the vibe. You know, you can't front on vibe, man. Vibe is real. Like, you know, you walk in a place and it's got a funky vibe, like something ain't right about this. And you walk in a place that's got a funky vibe, and it's like, yo, this is funky cool up in here. Everything I'm saying is a vibe. You understand? It's a vibe. It's a vibe. There's differences in vibes. But when you attune to vibisms, you know what I mean? Making up words, but it's real words because it's real energy. You felt what I meant. And that's a vibe if you felt what I meant. So that's what I'm talking about, man. We be in the spots, and I'm telling you, we're gonna be more in this. As y'all, the kiddos say, we outside. We outside for real though, because we do outdoor content. I say that sometimes. I put that in my head. So I say outside for real. Like, you know, y'all talking about outside. Yeah, but y'all be saying it meaning something negative half the time. Sometimes y'all mean something positive, and that's the only way I deal with it. You know, and I'll say it from that perspective. You know, yeah, I'm outside. We outside. We out here for real, in the energy, absorbing people, and it's good vibes. It's people having good times and knowing that life is precious. So we are enjoying each other's energy and only giving energy that can be enjoyed, right? Reading each other's frequencies, staying in the pocket, man. Everybody in their own lanes, you know, keeping your boundaries up, not crossing the boundaries, just respect. Always respect. I told y'all, respect first, then power, and then you can talk about that money shit. Money is always last, and everything like it is last. The first thing is respect, because respect lasts forever, forever and ever. We will be here forever. Get what I'm saying, KRS-One quote. You feel me? Real hip hop, real times, man. We're gonna be on the Beltline all spring, all summer. I can tell you right now. I'm gonna try and make it a thing. At one time, I was doing it at least once a month, if not twice. I'm gonna get back to that, cause and then I'm even gonna explore other parts I haven't been yet. I've been putting it off because I don't know if the area is still dangerous, because it crossed through neighborhoods that wasn't always so great. But you know they're changing, and you know gentrification is real, and but it ain't real enough to get rid of all the energy of where the vibe ain't right. You know. But there's areas like in the West End, for instance. I'm gonna look at the map of the Beltline again. I've seen it many times. It designates some areas I haven't been versus the parts I have been. And I'm gonna start connecting the dots because my goal is to walk the whole thing. I want to see every part of it, and then once I've seen every part of it, just kind of assess where the good spots are and be on it like that. And I might get somebody to roll with me, so I ain't by myself in an area where it's kind of shady or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got some homies that'll rock with me, so we ain't gotta worry about shit if we got each other's back, you know. I mean, I ain't worried. I can walk. I got somebody with me all times anyway, but I prefer, you know, rolling with a crew if I'm going into certain zones, you know. And then being from Atlanta, it's like it just speaks another volume of safety in and of itself. Because as soon as you start talking and people know you for real, you really from here, and oh, never mind, you know, yeah, exactly. All these out of towners, out of towners. I'm from here, fool. I know everybody. Everybody know me, and whoever don't know me can get to know me, you know, in the best of ways. So it's all good, man. We make it happen, you know. Wherever we want to be, we can be. It ain't a thing. So like I'm gonna try and see about the West End area. I'm gonna try and see about um and like that West Side especially. I think that's the main part I've heard has a lot of murals because I want to see all the murals. I want to be able to, if possible, because there are always new ones being made. But all the ones that are legendary that have been up for months or years, I want to have documented those on this channel. You know, I'm always in little 5 points. That's overstomped territory at this point. East Atlanta is pretty much stomped. I was just on my ABV gallery. Um, I see a lot of stuff around downtown every now and then that I haven't seen, or ones that I know exist that I haven't even seen in person. I want to see them, you know. So there's lots to see. Make sure my air blowing on this phone. Okay, cool. It's keeping it cool. Can't have no more cutoffs for no damn reason. But yeah, so there's lots to see, and we're gonna show it to y'all. And I want to do, like, I was making a calendar of everything coming up in the next few months. It is so much. I mean, in addition to the stuff that I always cover, like, MomoCon is coming. That's in May. The Atlanta Carnival, that's coming. That's the same weekend as that with MomoCon. You got a thing. You got a couple of car shows that one I knew about. A buddy of mine told me about in the film biz. This thing called what's it? Oh my gosh, Coffee and Octane. And this is somewhere on the north side, like Gwinnett County, somewhere like up that way. And this thing goes on like it's a regular thing. Like I think it's like every Sunday or every other Sunday or something like that. So I gotta see it because I've heard it's a real vibe. They got old schools, new school. We back. As I was saying, I was telling y'all about all this content we got coming for y'all in spring and summer, which is prime time for us for content, quite frankly. I mean, I was gonna say fall, winter, yeah, there's stuff, definitely still stuff that happens. There ain't never a complete dull moment in the area. There's always another event, there's always another convention, there's always something. But the biggest things, the most lively things, the most exciting things, the most outdoor things, and let's face it, outdoors is where you get the best vibes, people, looking good, feeling good, acting with good energy, because everybody loves the sunshine, you know what I mean? Everybody loves the sunshine, you know what I mean? My life in the sunshine. Roy Ayers, baby. Roy Ayers. Look it up. All my young ones that don't know your music history that need to, because you done heard it on a sample for a track and didn't know, oh, that's where that came from? Yeah, that's where that came from. My life. You heard the Mary J. Blige version and thought that was the oldest. No. But nah, we got a lot of outdoor stuff. We got, of course, you got the Piedmont. Well, a lot of these things happen at Piedmont Park. You got Dogwood Festival, of course. Then I found out there was some other, there's a lot of neighborhood festivals that don't even get mentioned as much because they're not intended for the whole city, but anybody can come. If you know about it, you know. And a lot of those have the same vibe as the Dogwood Festival. You got a lot of artists, a lot of crafts people. So you're gonna have painters, jewelers, all that good stuff, man. Just the usual, food vendors, various knickknacks and trinkets and things. And I like stuff like that. I like events like that because it's always, even for everything that doesn't appeal to me exactly, it's interesting, it's creative, and I'm all about art. So if it's artistic, I'm there. I'm with it. I'm more and more curious. I'm more inclined to be there. So yeah, we're gonna be covering a lot. I just made up my mind. I said, this is the number one reason why I want to get this monetization, so we can afford the gas and the time taken off. If not the main time, be the time, because I don't have to do nothing else but my content. Just edit and go out and get the content. Edit and go out and get the content. Edit and go out and get the content. That's it. That is literally the job I have been applying for the last 5-6 years with YouTube. That's what it feels like to be a YouTuber when you're not yet monetized. Like, it's like doing the longest job application you've ever had in your freaking life. And a lot of people really need to understand that. That's really, the process is that long and grueling. Like, a lot of people want to do it because they just hear about the money in it, and suddenly everybody want to jump on it because of the money. You don't understand. It's like the quote Ice Cube had on that one show, and I'm not quoting direct. I never say I'm quoting direct, but loosely he said, if you're not willing to do something you love because you love it and not get paid for it for at least 5 to 10 years, he said, don't even start. That's the damn truth. That is the absolute truth. Because it's been like 7 or 8 years, but I only count the last 5 as the hardcore years, because that's been the years I've decided to just post every day. Gotta post every day, And then I saw the numbers grow because of it, Then I think in the last every day, chopping it up with y'all. Let people get to know your energy, whether they like it or not. It don't matter. That's how you're gonna find your audience. They don't know who's behind it when you're never on camera. People want to relate. They want to feel like, oh, okay, I see who this is. This person pretty cool. This person remind me of whoever I know, or don't remind them of nobody. This is a really cool person I may never meet, but I like their energy. Period. Subscribe. That's how it goes. You know, whoever that one person that had no sense to put the thumbs up in here, I always know whenever I see the thumbs up, that's a subscriber. That's getting us one step closer to the goal. And that I cherish. That is what it's all about. Those people. That's who I do it for. That's why I go get all this content. That's why I spend the money with the gas. That's why I keep the phone running. That's why I worry about making sure my electricity is paid, because I got to have this phone charged so I can make this camera work. You understand? So it's a process, man. It's like I say, it's the longest damn process of getting monetized. It's so long, but I don't care how many people have done it and still say, oh, you know, you don't get paid what you think you're gonna get paid. Man, get paid anything is something when you spending so much time with something. So that don't impress me. None of that means nothing. All it means something to me is, did you get it? Well, yeah, that's it. End of discussion. Like, that's all that matters. It did happen. Because for a lot of people, it ain't nothing. You just on here. You just wasting time, wasting energy, using up your electricity and everything anyway. Well, shit, can I get something for it? That's the model, y'all. That's the model. Are you still here with us? That's the question, because we back. All right. Yeah, so like I was saying, y'all, like, you know, it's a long process, but I think it's ultimately going to be worth it. You know, like I say about a lot of these gigs or jobs that we apply for, give ourselves, in the sense of YouTube, it's a job you give yourself, but you better love it. If you don't love it, I actually love going, I love knowing that when I go live, I could meet or create a connection with the right people. I don't like that I know who's looking, and I don't like that a lot of people want to troll and be stupid and comments. Like, got it. It says, and the one I pushed says, only subscribers. I said, yeah, that's what I want. Only people who subscribe, right? I noticed only in lives does that apply, but like now for like the regular shorts and stuff, like today, I'm the head of the damn channel. I'm trying to say something underneath my own video, right? And it was like, no comments are allowed. And I said, well, damn, like, what are you talking about? This is my channel. How can I not say nothing? This is some goofy shit they got going. Come on, YouTube. Y'all ain't got your buttons right, man. You push the stuff, it says what it said. Hello, this is my channel. I ought to be able to say something on my own channel, right? It's like, nobody can say nothing. I was like, but I kind of laughed. I said, you know what? Whatever. I'm glad it's working for blocking the other, because it's sad. Everybody else got to suffer. Every now and then we get a good comment. I get people who actually know me or people who don't know me that just really got the right energy and say something positive in the comments. And I see those and I let those get posted, because, you know, I review every comment before it gets posted. And only the ones that get past the filters, because we have filters to block anybody who's going to say something racist, crazy, stupid as hell. That stuff get blocked most of the time anyway. 90% of that get blocked. So the little bit that does get through when they misspell words and do little goofy stuff, man, that stuff never see the light of day, you know? But it's retarded. So I said, you know what? I don't need this in my life. I don't need this. I really don't. I thought about it. I put it like this all the time. I say, when you go see a movie, yeah, you know, you may read critics' opinions that are hired by the media to report on whether a movie is good or not. I happen upon those. I don't even go look for those. I don't literally have a list of critics that I love what so-and-so always has to say about. I don't give a shit what anybody says about something I'm interested in seeing. If I want to see it, that's it. That's the first critic, right? Now, because I do critiques myself, I would assume if you've signed up here, you don't have to like everything if we do multi-niche content. But if you watch any of my reviews and you enjoyed what I had to say for the most part, if not all of it, then yeah, you'll be back for more the next time I do a review of a show or a movie. But that's all I see reviews as. It's a bunch of people who agree with each other, looking at each other's opinion on something, or mostly agree, and that's okay. That's understandable. Like, why would I want to sit through somebody? And I've done it. Trust me. I've sat through some stuff with somebody who is completely opposite of where I think. But the only reason I've done that, as a person who does reviews, is I get a general consensus about something. It's like when I did my reviews of Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, which is super, super controversial, and there's a lot of folks who want to hate on it, and they successfully managed to create a whole sector of they wouldn't even call them fans. They're not fans. How you a fan and all you saying something negative about it? You're not a fan. You're just not. But they say that, and also, how can you be so anti-diversity and don't want to see inclusion of other ethnicities? I straight up saw this white guy on this one podcast. It's him, his other white guy friend, and they have like this cute Asian girl who I thought to myself, how much are they paying her or torturing her to sit up here and listen to them? Because she barely talks. She's just there to be a giggle box every now and then and agree with them. She's not fucking talk. And I was like, this is some old bullshit right here. And it's a format you see throughout radio and stuff. There's a bunch of dudes talking. There's always a little side lady who barely talks. When she does say something, it's like, oh my gosh, they let her finish a sentence. But she's just there to look pretty. And some dudes really think that's masculinity, that women don't say nothing, just sit there and be pretty. Man, I ain't with that. I don't want an empty shell brain woman. Now, I don't mind when a lady knows how to be pretty and have a brain. I like both. You know what I'm saying? I'm into intelligence and gorgeousness. You feel? And you ain't got to just be a chatterbox for no reason, right? Have some purpose to your chatting. Because I'm a talker, as you can see, and I ain't got no shame in it. My masculinity is well intact. Some people say, oh man don't talk that much. Yeah, and that's why you can't get a woman or keep one. Because women like men who can talk to them. Can I get a witness, ladies? Thank you. Y'all already know they cheering for that. I ain't got to even ask. Because it's like, and every time that happens, when women keep cheering for the betterment of the way things could be and should be, wouldn't that let you know you're on the side of stupid and you might want to get a checkup and get your brain right so you can get better results? Like, Lord forbid you're married and your wife is just, the only reason she ain't let your ass go yet is whatever the money is like or whatever else got her tied up. It's just a matter of time, because I done talked to the women who've gotten past that stage of misery and said enough was enough. I got sick and tired of this barbarian mentality being what they had to stand next to and say this was their person. No, they got sick of it. They was like, I can do better, and they did. They moved on. The guy tried to make them feel like it was the end of their world. It was not. It was the beginning of everything that happened for them. And they went on to meet all kind of amazing people and have better lives. So, y'all, man, no. But this guy, back to the show, he was talking about the show, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, and he literally said, what's wrong? All these shows, they got this, that character, that character. He's saying all the typical stuff, basically hinting at too many women. There's any presence of LGBTQ, that drive him up the wall. Then he has nerve to just literally say, there's no white men, no straight white men. I said, that's the problem. That's the problem. You don't even care. If there was 10 straight men, they better be white or you ain't happy. That's what he's really saying. All the rest of that bunch of surrounding mess to get to the bottom line. The real bottom line is you're obsessed with that, what you just said. Man, as a black straight man, in America, because of segregation, a whole chunk of my life has been the fight to see more black characters, period. Women, men, children, anybody. For that. Now, if it turned out to still not be our thing, like, okay, this ain't it. I don't really care about this. I don't want to see this. Whatever, fine. Or that's not made for me. I don't really like this character. That character ain't enough to keep me watching. Fine. But general interest, acute curiosity, yeah, And because of the lack, we've always had to be like, well, which of these white dudes do I most relate to and think is cool? And that becomes your guy. That's my favorite character on the show. Whatever, or whichever these white women, because they ain't giving you nobody else, Or if it was far enough back in history, the one black character was shucking and jiving and being somebody's damn sidekick pushover and shit. And you got sick of how they were. So it's like, that ain't no representative of me, you know, which the whole show wasn't, but, you know, wasn't too much else to watch. So you just like, you pick and choose between what they was allowing to even make it onto the air. But this is a different day, y'all. It's a way different day out here. And thanks to all this technology like AI, oh my gosh. And I'm seeing some stuff every day that I know all people need is some good voiceover work. Because one thing the AI can do but doesn't do that well enough yet, like a lot of stuff it doesn't do perfectly, by no means it never will, because that's not, you know, that's human to do it efficiently to the point of reminding you enough of humanness. You need real people. But I got no problem with, you know, if you know, Cyberpunk ATL is one of my fan fiction joints that I did using AI visually. But I always love the fact that I voiced the story that you listen to. And I occasionally use some AI voices for certain characters because I don't have enough friends that have the schedule and the financial wherewithal to make time for me, and I have the financial wherewithal to pay them, okay? I don't have it. So what I can do is a free little voice on a trial sometimes not even a trial, just like, you know, try this out, and I found a voice that matches the character I want to, all right, I'm gonna use that one. And I piece that thing together. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a little tip for anybody who does it, and you're trying to figure out how to get around that. First of all, just, if you're doing what I'm doing, not a full out animation, I'm not doing that. I'm doing images and voiceover over the images. It's a watch along. You know, not a read along. You ain't gotta really read nothing. You just listen to me break down the story. Tell you who's who. Speak on everybody you see grace that camera. You know, technically the lens through the images I choose to portray my characters and the world I'm building based off of Michael Pondsmith's epic vision of Cyberpunk 2077 and everything related. You know, that's what I'm doing, and I'm taking it even, you know. I be careful with my words when I'm doing a fanfic. I ain't gonna say beyond. I'm just taking it to places they didn't even think of, because, you know, they didn't go into Atlanta, and that's why the whole series was even created. They mentioned Atlanta, but they didn't go into it. And I said, oh, I'm gonna go into it for what I think that would be under these circumstances. And I came up with my own character and other characters. I'm saying a character that is, you know, I would play him if it was live action, and on and on and on. And it's just fun, man. It's a great experience. It's a great learning tool to learn AI through, and it's inspiring. And I'm still working on it. I got a new episode on the stove right now, as a matter of fact. And it could happen in the next few days. It could happen by the end of the week. It could happen by the end of this month. That's why I put it like that, because it's always about schedule. It's always about how my money's flowing. Like right now, I'm out here doing this current thing. If I wasn't doing this every day, I would have episodes every week for y'all. If I didn't have to do what I'm doing. This is why you support the channel. If you support, and you don't have to, you know, if you got the money, hey, send a donation. I tell y'all, whenever I start my video, I let you know, most of the time, I let you know, it's 501c3, nonprofit. You can get every dime back, you know how to do your taxes. This is edutainment based, man. It's education and entertainment. It's real deal, okay? We official. So look us up, the ONYXCON Foundation in the state of Georgia. We official. So you can get your funds back. There ain't no problem. Just send the funds if you got them. You know, Cash App at Cash Sign ONYXCON and at ONYXCON on Venmo. That's my two favorites right there. And if you're still doing PayPal, which is a Venmo company if you didn't know, ONYXCON@gmail.com, and that's the mail too if you got a serious inquiry for some business, etc. So there we go. Right when I'm ready to get off, somebody hop on, but I'm gonna be saying peace because there's plenty for you to watch after this post. All right, so holla. And go watch all them new videos. We got plenty out there for you, all right? Let's go.